I'm going to focus on outbound because that's the fastest and most reliable way to get clients at a cheaper cost. Okay. And so for outbound channels, you have three. You have cold email, cold calling, and cold DMs. You can either just pick one or combine all, doesn't matter. But the best combination that we found for CPL, so your cost per lead to be the lowest, and the CAC, so customer acquisition cost. And we found this after sending over 10 million emails, doing 50,000 cold calls and more, is sending cold emails at massive scale and calling all the positive replies within 5 minutes. This is our winning outbound system. This is what we use. This is what we use for our clients. This is the best thing you can do for these two metrics, which are the most important one, because you want to spend the least to get a lead and a customer. That's the goal. Okay. And so if you build this right, you can get extremely cheap leads with a booking rate of over 80%, meaning everyone who, like, if you get 10 replies to your email, you can book 8 of them at least. Okay. And you can send thousands and thousands of emails every single day to your entire total addressable market. This will just smash. Okay. So here are the steps to build this system. First, you figure out the size of your total addressable market, or TAM. Okay. The end goal of this should be a number. You need a number. This is your TAM. And then you divide that by 2, which is now what you get is how many emails you need to send per month. Because ideally, you want to reach your entire total addressable market every 30 to 60 days. I'm just going with 60. If you want to do even more, you can say, okay, I just want to reach them every month. Then you just skip this step. All right. You don't divide by 2. But let's say you do this. It's how many emails you need to send per month. Then you divide this number that you get by 12, which is now the amount of inboxes you need to buy. So inboxes are just specific emails. So first name at domain.com. And then you divide the number of inboxes by 4, which is the amount of domains you need. And why do we do this? Well, you can only send 12 emails per day per inbox, because otherwise you will just land in spam. So we need to just buy a bunch of inboxes with a bunch of different domains that all sound similar to your main domain. All right. So if you have businessname.com, you can have domains like getbusinessname.com, gobusinessname.com, and stuff like that. Just similar, and they redirect to your main one. If someone searches them up, they come to your website. And so you buy a bunch of domains, and you get the number here. You buy this many domains, and then for each domain, you buy 4 inboxes per domain, and then you just send emails for each of these. Okay. And there's tools like this, like Smart Lead or Instantly or Email Bison. You can use all of these to just manage all of this. Okay, so you set up the software, you buy the domains, stuff like that. And then the next step is to write a lot of scripts to test. Since you will be sending thousands of emails every single day, you can split test a lot of things with substantial data, okay? Because you send so much that you can actually test multiple things at once without hurting anything, okay? And a good email script has the following components, okay? You have, hey, name, so just their first name. Then you have optional, irrelevant question to your offer, okay? Then you have your offer statement, so just we do X for Y industry to generate quantified result. Then you have social proof, so we've helped X person just like you get the outcome. And then you have a CTA at the end, which is just a simple low commitment question. All right. A few rules for you to not land in spam. Don't include links or images. I know people like fancy signatures or stuff like that. Just leave it out. Doesn't really matter. It will just land you in spam. Don't try to go on this whole thing of AI personalization, all right? In the first sentence saying like, oh, I saw your LinkedIn post about X and I found it really cool. We all know that's bullshit. No one really thinks it's genuine because it's not. So just don't. This is so simple, but it gave us the best response rates from anything. We've tried all of this. So keep it short and concise. Less is more, right? Simple language, stuff like that. No signature. You don't need a business name. You don't need anything after the CTA except maybe your name. All right. Keep it simple.